Welcome back to EPIC44. I am Waxen, joined by several sheep, and we are finally on your screens live, bringing you guessed it, the final best of one game of the group stage for Counter-Strike 2, and it's gonna be a hell of a game, sheep. We have stratbase versus Dusty.
Exactly, and Dusty, they've not been Dusty at all. They've been Swiffered. They've been Swift. It is a 5-1 score for them thus far in the groups. Their only loss has been to a team that we expect everyone to lose to, Alaska, which still is a pretty dang good result. On the other end, stratbase, or strat bucket, as Index so.
Yeah, my favorites to win the tournament, actually, stratbase. They've let me down.
It's been a bit of a rough one. Let's have a look at the video first before we get into how their day has been going, how their weekend has been going thus far.
We're going to nuke, which sheep can only mean one thing, and that means trouble for whoever loses the knife round.
Yes, that is indeed. It's not as bad as it was before, but especially for stratbase, if they want to give themselves a resemblance of a chance in this game, winning that knife would absolutely go a long way.
And they need to do anything in their power to get some chances going, because so far they have won one game.
Yes.
And lost the others. Luckily for them, there is a bye, so they're not 1-5. There's 2-5. And the reason Sure, math's not my forte. They could be 2-5 at the end of this game.
That would not be an unlikely scenario.
Because Dusty, on the other hand, well, they've done incredible.
Yes, I actually got some critique. Well, not critique. I got slightly roasted on Twitter for having them as in my top 4. And now the only loss they have faced thus far is Alaska. They haven't had any other big tests, but for an 11th seed, they've been doing really, really well. They've managed to beat Glitch Tech. iFan kind of was bummed out about it. He thought himself they should have won that game, but that's what a lot of people say. And
it's a best of one, right? You can't read too much into it.
So Dusty have a look at really good. If they actually make top 4, I'm gonna be very proud of them. I'm gonna go full smug mode. Well,
based on the performance today, their momentum must be in their favor, and if they win here, they, I believe, will be guaranteed a spot in the upper bracket playoff top 8. So that's already a step closer to making that top 4, sheep, as we are underway with Nuke. And let's see the knives. I love the pictures we get right here from stratbase side. Who's going to win the knives? And Index getting a couple in there.
There you go.
But that's just
it's not them winning it. I got kind of fooled there with the HUD. That's me looking the wrong way. As
tell me about Thor. He got the final double kill to win the knife round, and you were telling me a bit of something about his history.
Well, there was a time way back. Well, it's not that long ago, actually, but pretty much before the online Epic lands, the Epic Wands. I think they were so deeringly called. We have actually had Dusty as an organization for 4 times already on this event, winning it once, what was deemed to be a miracle run. They stormed through, managed to get the 2-0 win in the final, and that man on your screen, Thor, he was there for EPIC31. He's there now here for EPIC44, and he has 1 MVP badge carried in his back pocket.
But that's not to say they are the heavy favorites, because I gotta back my boys up. Timo has also won Epic LAN once in the past, so it's gonna be a battle to see who can replicate some of their former success as we get underway with the pistols.
And already fast around the outside. Maybe stratbase will have that advantage of the T side, having a bit more control over what they're gonna do. It is an important fight here, but the round has been set. Ramp control's taken.
Incredible. They are dropping down, and it's a 4 versus 4. Let's see if Thor can find a nice headshot. Takes Vilda out, but gets instantly traded by the one and only B-Dog.
And that's overall quite a good setup. 3 players coming through ramp. Won't be the easiest retake.
Pandas with the dualies, long distance. There are a couple USB shots, and it's Eden instead with the other pair of duels, and now 1 versus 3. Index gets the first one. He needs to stay alive. He needs to isolate the duels. He's buying himself time. Gets the second. Index, can he do it? Yes, he can! As stratbase wins the pistol!
Oh my lordy, Index replicating clips he's posted on Twitter earlier. In the UK, I see, he got a 1v4 on this very same bomb site, and he mentioned in that clip, if this was LAN, it would have gotten so damn loud. And they are on the opposite end of the hall, and we heard them yell, Index, that's a great start.
And you know, as a caster, he's got perfect voice control, so the vocal cords will be intact. And let's see, we have an instant investment from Dusty with a double scout.
This could be, I mean, you have had stratbase as one of your upsets, right? This could be, like, if this does happen,
This
if
could
this
be
does
the
go,
upset.
this could be the upset of the day. We haven't had that many, actually. As Timo, just a clean opener already. Those scouts could become dangerous, but wisely, stratbase go inside. Do you think they've used it for this match, knowing they would go up to against Dusty? Do you think Index had a bit of a look
Well,
at the heat map?
if there is one team that could have all the research, it is stratbase.
Is this also now like an organizational team? Can we make that official? That this is like an extra org team?
Would you think this was like a trial run, and if they did good, they would gotta get signed?
I mean, they're doing great in Div 3 currently. They have had 2 buys, or 2 forfeits rather, but they're 5-0. They're pretty dominant wins consistently in that area. In the meantime, Dusty hasn't really been that active on the European scene, recently at least. But I think this would be a sort of return to shape for them.
It would be a good start to the 2025 campaign, right? As we get Penguin hunting for these scouts, it's actually going to be quite dangerous. A nice flash flying out. They're pushing with the Mac-10 wants to get the kill. And it's going to be Timo racking up a bit of extra dollars. Only Thor, the last player standing, saving a single scout. So a very successful round from stratbase, not losing that many players.
No, stratbase, they're gonna have to bite the bullet here and treat. Or, sorry, I say stratbase, I mean Dusty. They're going to have to bite the bullet here and treat stratbase like a real damn threat, at least for the beginning of this half. Because if you're going to go loosely, which they kind of do, right? They keep it at 2K. But if you go too loosely with your economy, you can really dig a deep hole for yourself.
Yeah, you can deep a deep hole if it's
Deep
too
hole.
loose. Anyway, Thor, nice scout attempt, does not connect with a single shot. Will have the second chance, but Penguin says no, as the nice AK-47 headshot takes out the only big gun that was, well,
That's a great shot, because that's a relatively new angle, standing further back in the garage. There have been a couple successful clips on Twitter, and you see players holding it more often now. We're kind of at the sort of edge, only holding their last cross. Penguin getting such an instant headshot there with the Galil. Maybe it's luck, maybe it's skill, maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows?
Happy feet. No, well, I should have said that for later. As Dusty is very much not reading the situation well. Some great calling coming in from stratbase. Who is the IGL for stratbase?
It is Timo. It is Timo that also got slightly frustrated about stratbase's performances on Mirage. I've had the joy to have a bit of a talk with him. And now, of course, there's no more best of ones, so stratbase will have won't have the detriment of, and they have until tomorrow to fix that. Right? Both pieces of util will be thrown. Who did throw those? Okay, it's Penguin. All right, so can't really roast them.
Oh, nice HE attempt. There's nobody there. Then they're going to be an easy shooting gallery for Index, finding two. As I say that, Timo and Vilda with a couple of their own. Wait, Timo got a flying Mac-10
I
shot.
wonder where that happened as well.
Was it from main to heaven?
I think it was. If he had jumped off the hop for that kill, that might have been...
Styling and profiling.
Yeah, right. This is what we've been waiting for. What are Dusty going to do? I have a feeling it's going to be something aggressive, because they want to put their stamp on this first half. They want to let stratbase know, like, haha, you got 3 rounds, all fine and dandy, but we want to show some dominance. It is indeed the AWP out. Big commitment, by the way, for Ravi, who is currently still on 0-3, together with Varger.
Thor taking out his counterpart, Epic Round winner. Timo falls right away. And now player advantage for the CTs. Nice smoke dissipation, but he's not going to find anybody just yet. Look at the players infiltrating outside. Someone's walking very close. I believe that must be Penguin, making his way all the way down, but Thor is aware that someone might have crossed. Varger in Ravi.
Shot.
Nice kill. Ravi doubles up. Beto with a nice headshot. Can he get the AWP out of the map? Ravi misses again. No, he does not.
He indeed does not. Getting one more at the end there. Stratbase going for some solutions that do kind of get based on 1 or 2 plays going right. And that is both the Timo exit and then the ramp play. It is kind of a struggle that you already have for Nuke T side anyways, especially if you're playing against, on paper, and probably in the server as well, tougher opponents. But
I got a compliment though. That headshot from B-Dog was pretty sick.
That was fast.
That was pretty sick. Yeah.
If that is the first trade, then hell yeah. But coming off the 2 kills, it is a slight struggle. So we're gonna see Dusty again be decently passive on the outside.
Oh, already Penguin, look at him, making all the way his way all the way.
He's running.
He's doing very well now. Timo trying to follow into his footsteps, getting closer and closer to making it all the way down. Vilda holding main for the tease. It's a way slower round and a nice different pace change from stratbase.
Yeah, actually a setup plan. So a decent call, and I think the most success can come from these rounds, right? Where the plan has time to sort of cook, has time to boil.
To simmer.
Where Timo can get his chef's hat on and make that dinner ready for Dusty. But it's going to be a fight at the bottom of the bomb site. Eden already with the first. Traded quick, though. There's a fight happening. Somewhere.
Look at Thor, pushed back by the molly. Nice. Jiggly jump up and down to spot someone. Timo will not give away his position just yet. Ravi, by the way, I wanted to say, plays a very interesting angle with the AWP inside of A. But look at Vargar. Gotta have perfect timing. It doesn't matter. Panthers wins the duel before that anyway.
Dusty, we're done waiting. This is very fast. 2v4 now as they try to attempt the bomb site.
Ravi just finds every single AWP shot connecting easily, and Vargar with the final nail in the coffin. Timo gets taken out. Stratbase losing in the first 2 gun rounds, and are they now going to eco? They probably should.
Probably should. You can get a Tech 9 in on, or a Hero AK in on Index.
Like the confidence index.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? Because a lot of rounds that Stratbase are probably setting up is getting to at least advantageous fights, but as soon as there is a somewhat equal fight, it is decidedly unequal, with Dusty just having that 1 up or maybe even 2 up in the aim. So,
I gotta ask you,
that's
Sheep,
sold, by the way.
Are we gonna get an AWP from Stratbase at any point during this map?
Not on the first half. As Timo, nice opening.
Amazing.
It isn't. Also, epic winner.
Alongside Thor.
Yep. Feels like a 2014 meme. Epic winner. Rolling back the years.
We need the sound effects right now to pop. You're showing your age here, Sheep.
Yeah, maybe.
Thor is.
I got called a veteran on the UK CS side. that was a reality check and a half.
Only 21, by the way, for Sheep, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm 24.
Bro, chill. I'm helping you out here, okay? we get another slow round. We obviously have Index picking up that M4A4 that he sold the AK.
Yeah.
End up playing with it. Thor could get timing here, or he could line up.
Yeah, simply overwhelming could it be as well. Such a wide swing, somehow still flicks back to Timo. That's got to be a frustrating one as the exit from Hut. Won't be the Pandas with 3, by the way. Ex-Viperio player back on UK ground is feeling himself.
Yeah, again, I wouldn't read too much into the round. Only an eco from the tease. Thor could have been punished way earlier here. I gotta say, Index, Timo, and Penguin had plenty of opportunity taking him out before losing 2 of them.
Yeah, that's got to be one of those things where if you probably see the perspective from Timo, it's like, okay, well, I know why he missed, or like you see the crosshair not being accurate. If you see it from this perspective, it's like, what? How did you not take it?
So it's not Timo's fault, it's the observers. I get it.
No, it's like, yeah, well, yes, just, yeah. I'm not even going to bother arguing.
Third gun round. Stratbase have yet to win a full gun round, but they have plenty of time to go still early on.
Thor's been damaged.
So has Penguin. Both to 60, down to 62, actually.
Look at that. Beautiful synergy. Who's not playing this tournament, by the way.
I like it. That's
reference.
Good. Very good. Very good.
Shout out Synergy. You may be watching as well. I don't know.
Thor.
Again, this mini play, though. Not a fan.
It's Ravi getting the opening this time, taking Gilda out. And look at the smoke breaking with the HE. Thor finds the kill. They got to get the second one. And the HE comes in, but player disadvantage again. Stratbase need to find something. Timo already crossed. I might be able to up around. He's going to give away his position. He needs to pick up the bomb, and he's going to get shot in the back of the head if he's not aware of main.
B-Dog gets the flank. There's something here to say for this round. B-Dog has lost Vargar. It's all about timing here for B-Dog in the middle, but Timo gets the opener. Where's Varga gone, though?
He gets
now
the first kill. And now that's the bomb. B-Dog. He has the power.
Oh!
He does! He gets it over the finish line, and stratbase take the lead again with the first gun round victory.
That kill on Penguin, right, this spray. Look at how Penguin goes down. If we get to see it, we don't get to see it. But Thor was moving for that final step, and the bullet just went completely sideways, took down Penguin. At that moment, I thought the round was done. But B-Dog, some nice slow movement through into the bomb site. Timo with a great opening pick in that chaos. Lovely stuff from stratbase. I do think wrapping Garage would be one of the better options that they'd have, because Dusty, in some setups, they just completely retreat inside.
Which is what we've started to see, right? They kind of just abandon Ravi outside. And if you can cross with the smokes, which stratbase have been doing, I would love to see that.
MP7 on Index.
It's the next level play. It's a new patch. Index has the script.
Hell yeah. Maybe according to stratbase apps, to the stratbase app, maybe the MP7 does come out as one of the better ones. Who knows?
Or maybe for Index.
Wait, look at this. Oh, Thor, lovely. Thor is going to get away somehow with not even a single tag.
But look at Penguin. He has crossed, but Ravi is watching him all the way. We can see it with the help of the X-ray, and the smoke will disappear. It's a leg shot. Penguin somehow still alive. Vilda in main hasn't found most success, and he's not going to find it this time either, as both him and Penguin fall. B-Dog alone. He managed to clutch it previously, but a 1 versus 5 seems out of the realm of possibility.
To be fair, for that round, with the way Dusty had their positioning, it felt like stratbase were playing against 6. That opening kill onto Timo, that is such a confidence play from Thor, and such a confident read, right? Just going, right, I'm going to sit at this edge. With the way they have been playing outside mini, they're not going to check this. That is just a very well-educated guess that that's going to be a safe spot. And, well, that's most likely. It's been a while since I've seen Thor play, not going to lie. It's been about a year and a half since they've been in the European Pro League tournaments, but you see the shimmers of why he has been an MVP before.
Yeah, and he's going to continue racking up kills, this time a couple versus an eco. And despite how dire some of these rounds might look, we gotta remember, this is beautiful picture-in-picture replay right there. As I wanted to say, stratbase have already garnered 4 rounds on the T side of Nuke. If they can get even 1, I mean 4 is already great if they can convert pistols. 1 more here would be more than enough.
Yeah. One of the risks, of course, is that pistol round. It was a heroic effort from Index. It was beautiful, but it's not reliant, right? The confidence is low on me to see them winning that second. Oh, nice smoke, Ravi. The confidence is low on me actually winning that second pistol, but of course anything can happen in those rounds. stratbase just got to make sure everything will.
Or everything in their power, at least, to try. As Timo has won this a few times. Oh, that was so close.
Showing the knowledge. As Thor responding again, man, we've seen Thor light up that scoreboard early on so often. He's like a rooster waking up stratbase every early morning of the round. It's time to wake up, boys. Entering into A.
Spamming through Hut. They're not going to connect with the bullets. It's actually Eden and Thor finding Thor getting a triple kill before he finally falls to Timo. He gets a double. Eden down to 5 HP, but still Dusty convert yet another victory. And 6-4, 2-round advantage for the CTs.
Is it Eden? I just said Eden as well, and I'm looking now.
It's EDZ, but
Edison, which is a very difficult name. I apologize, Icelandic viewers, because we know your guys are there.
Shout out to Iceland.
I'm pointing to the camera. The camera's not on.
Shout out to all the people in Iceland. It's a beautiful country. Have you been to Iceland before, Sean?
No, I have not. The closest I've been to Iceland has been Narvik.
Okay.
Like, geographically, but
I've been to Iceland. Amazing.
nice. How was it?
Fantastic. I would recommend
I
it.
might go this summer, actually.
Ooh, okay. I want to go in the summer. I went in the winter period for the snow and that. But you know, our viewers at home can tell us.
Do they get the auroras?
Yes, they did. Sadly for me, the time I was there, I missed it.
Result on Penguin again. This is starting to become a very annoying trend for the strat-based player.
Can we stop contesting out? So I think Thor has found an opening at least in 5 out of the first 11 rounds.
Yeah, that's probably like still a pretty conservative guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
I mean, it's an eco this time.
Yeah.
Again, don't read too much into it, as always, as these Tech-9's D-Girls can probably find one kill. Also, by the way, Pandas just decided to switch up from the M4, just pick up the AUG.
I mean, it's not the first time I'm seeing it today.
Not
and
today, no.
It was like a year and a half back when the AWP, when people sort of went like, oh yeah, the AWP is too bad to use now. When the AWP's too bad to use now, a lot of them went for the AUG as a sort of like cheaper replacement.
Oh, Vilda!
It's a banging.
Also, nice headshot though for Vilda finding his second kill, as they're gonna get a few more. And now the final round of the half is the one where we need to see stratbase actually pull everything out of their bag, maybe surprise, maybe go for a fast A play. I'm not entirely sure what the game plan will be for them, but what I would like to see is stop going outside.
Yeah, well, they have one round to adjust. Thing is, with the way Dusty have been holding these insides, right? Thor has been pretty, like, rock solid on outside. You don't need to really help the man.
He's very oppressive. We got a P90 from Pandas. Drop the AUG. He's farming up. He wants to be the executioner, getting killed with every single gun. This time he's Ravi outside.
He's charging lobby. There's no one there. There's going to be one there to receive. It's going to be B-Dog, I think, on the lurk.
Double leg shot. Vilda and Timo finally punish him down, but a lot of damage has been dealt by this AWP.
Penguin in the roughest role. It's Edizen. Gets dropped with the 180 from Timo. All of a sudden, Dusty, arguably quite a close game to start memeing. But Thor is still alive, so anything can still happen. Look at the HP. It's all black bars on strat base.
Look at Pandas with the P90. He's going to find one.
Timo's going to tilt from that one.
Wouldn't you?
Probably would.
Yeah. and the problem is that kind of pushed him into Thor's hands, and he's going to use the hammer. He's going to throw it on their head. Finds a headshot. No, he cannot. 1 versus 2. Still giving it a chance. He got to get it a second time around. Thor bringing this one back to a 2 versus 2.
They're going back up. Lovely read. B-Dog's been great, by the way, on the A-bomb side lurks. That has been very valuable. It hasn't been worth a round many times, but the 2 gun rounds now that they are looking to win, it's been B-Dog. Indox
has the smoke. He's going to throw it in time. And Thor will have to push it.
Spotted
the leg. Oh, that's going to be hard. Thor, very patient, waiting for Pandas. Is he actually going to bait the P90 player B-Dog? Is he going to be a bad timing? He watches it. He falls 4 HP. And Thor finds both.
Whoa.
To reach 19 kills in the first half of Nuke.
That is a chest out play from Thor. That is like the hero just barging into a fight saying, I'm here, fellas. You know, the endgame entrance. That was basically it.
Yeah.
Or the... I'm getting the wrong movie. The Infinity War entrance. That was it. When he gets into the Wakanda fight.
Yeah.
I'm cultured.
I just watched that film the other week.
It's a really good one, actually.
I like it. I prefer that to Endgame.
And Thor takes the inspiration because he just barges through his smoke. And that is something... that is something annoying, right? Because you're looking at, okay, we're playing against a better team. We are going to play as professional Counter-Strike as possible. And then you have the set professionals just barging through smoke, playing somewhat silver plays, right? Yeah. No one really goes through smoke there, so they're not really counting. They're thinking about something smart, and Thor just has that power. Pistol round's going to be very important, though. Ramp is empty.
Abandoned completely, yeah. Well, why would you defend it? They're going to invert sides. I like this. You know what? You won pistols on the T side, so swap places with them and try to do it again.
Thor gets wrecked, though. That's a lot of commitment just to take down Thor. This retake's going to be a tough one, but Index got the gear.
B-Dog finds the second, and now they have 2-player advantage. They're going for it. There's a kit on Index.
5v3, this is possible.
Flash, swing, Packer only gets 1, but Pandas will die. Now Rafi 1 versus 2. Tries to isolate
no.
They're jumping with the knife. They want to punish him. They're doing it for the stream, but Rafi gets the kills. This is a disaster. You can't afford to lose this round. Vilda collects the kit, smokes up on the bomb, gets the kill, and will use the bomb in time, but that was so close.
That is ridiculous that they get that round win. If a round like this would have happened, I would have been 100. If you tell me a round like this would have happened, I'd say, yep, it's Dusty. It's Dusty that went for the knife, right? It's complete role reversal.
Look at Penguins.
Charging in and empty. USP, and that shot not connecting. Vilda on 4 kills, makes it 5, gets the defuse, gets the pistol, but bomb down will be threatening. Yeah, just take your time, lads.
It's sort of a, you know, back and forth, passing the balls around. The balls, that's like a pool table. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Or like a football. Never mind. Let's stop with the
Hot potato.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. As
They have some great hot potatoes at the food truck. It's called fries, but
it's actually, we're in the UK. I think they're called chips.
yeah, fair.
Index.
Well,
Kind of loud, the cross happening. Penguin spraying down with the FAMAS.
we'll just let that die out then. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh. Wow.
Oi.
About
Maybe.
to get caught by B-Dog and Vilda. And now player advantage. Oh, I thought that was a headshot for some reason. I don't know why. There was no opponent in front of Ravi.
This is a dangerous
Timo.
precedent, though. Getting these bomb sites for relatively free. Again, it's going to be a 5v3. Stratbase have gotten great control, but this is dangerous against these aimers.
Pandas just gets the kill, pushes with the Galil, wants to find more, but Timo punishes B-Dog with a team kill, says, no, I'm the caster in this team. Thor says, I don't even care about any casting, I'm killing all of you. Penguin needs to win this 1 versus 1.
He's lost them.
Gets headshot to the side of the head, and they lose the second round.
Man, that's simply the annoying part about that is a beautifully played round, but it's just the aim, right? It's just the positioning. Panda's having that confidence to just be like, oh wow, there's gonna be 5 players coming ramp. I'll just sit about here. I'll probably get a kill or 2, right? It's those positions when you're playing against, I mean, Div 3 opponents, the opponents that they're used to, the opponents that they're destroying, they won't have that confidence. And even if they're there, they're not going to hit the shots. So Stratbase, it's such a twisted sort of mind setup that they have to get to, like a very odd mindset, as that is great from Tim.
But Vaga will bring it back with 2 Galil kills. Down to half HP, Timo continues, and Edensen is there to find another 2. Penguin doesn't even expect someone to be all the way in heaven rafters, and it was a good attempt at a half-buy, force buy, full force buy, wow. Stratbase really wanted to pull that one back, but that means their economy will look very, very tragic in round 16.
To be fair, that would have been the moment, right? That would have been something that you're looking at, like, okay, if that round does go their way, it is a good gamble, and I kind of respect them for going for it.
Of course.
With the idea that, well, we actually want to play this game to win, and not just at least prove that we can play CS. But the rounds have been looking great. That's not the issue. It's just that you've lost aim duels just a bit too much.
It's also Dusty is playing some very good Counter-Strike. Also, I
Yeah,
love
got
this.
Thor on 21 kills.
Yeah, I mean, if you remove Thor, that's 4 rounds that Dusty doesn't win.
At least.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, number-wise, you know.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Yeah. But I like that stack outside. It's going to probably not find anybody, but look at Dusty. This is a team that has their protocols in place. They're playing very, very slowly. Don't want to give away any rifles to a bunch of random USPs.
it's a luxury, right? When you're more sort of set in these types of standard plays, right? Edizen and Thor have been playing together for a long time. Ravi's joined a while ago.
They moved the stack, by the way. They're now inside of heaven.
Oh, beautiful. That's 1 nade and they're done. Or 1 Mag 10.
Pandas is there, finds the first one.
No, but this core from Dusty, I mean, they have a lot of protocols in place. And it's the Icelandic scene, so
They're getting them.
well, this is you're gonna have played with these lot often, right?
Of course.
It's a small country, it's a small pool of players, so getting adjusted to each other is gonna be a lot easier than maybe even a lot of the UK mixes that we have in the server here. But I think that's a chat will continue when Dusty are playing best of 3s.
Yeah, of course. Which
Yeah.
at this point most likely will look like it will be upper bracket best of 3s. Very good to see them
Yes.
do that. As right now,
Top 2.
not only Dusty is vibing, but so are we. As there is no AWP for the CT side. They didn't have the money to invest for it. We haven't seen Stratbase pick that.
Would it change much?
It would change the fact they haven't played with the AWP.
That's fair. Straight a spray through. Penguin just destroys Edizen.
Very nice.
And that's 2 clean openers.
Index
All right, looking great.
inside the smoke. Ravi versus Vilda. Vilda, very good kill. Takes out the T player. Now Dusty, 2 versus 5. They are looking at trying to get some of these M4s, but it should never be around to consider. Sadly, when Thor is alive, Sheep, anything can happen.
Yeah, 2v4, 2v5, this would be a pretty devastating way to go, not gonna lie. As B-Dog finds Pandas, Thor in a 1v5 show up, or go up and go up in dust.
Is this the first flawless round we get from stratbase?
Yep, 5 alive, and what a moment to get it. You have 1 round of buffer, you have legit nothing to lose anymore. Stratbase, they've had a couple of games where they've pretty much lost against themselves. We spoke to the players, they've had very high expectations. I mean, that's the case for Timo in pretty much every time he's playing, and that's something I absolutely value on him, right? It really suits him. But that also means you can get disappointed if it doesn't go your way. That was kind of the case. They can prove it now.
I don't like this ship. I think we are talking about like they're out already. You know what? CT side of Nuke, they can get 5-0.
Absolutely.
They can get 7-0.
No, that's what I mean.
And I think it's going to have to start, well, continue after that first round.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they have nothing to lose anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the map.
Well, yeah, but they're down 5 rounds. Might as well try, right?
Of course.
How good would it be to beat Dusty?
That would be amazing, especially with a comeback story for the ages. As Timo would have loved to find someone get curious in ramp. Not going to be the case quite yet. And Dusty, they're going to keep using the same slow protocols.
He's looking slightly vulnerable here. Penguin needs the help, and that smoke's going to prevent it.
Vilda gets pushed from main, dies right away. B-Dog finds a single kill before he gets traded. Now Index up in heaven. We have Penguin trying to fight duel in main. Would be a great kill, but he gets down to 19, and Index gets one to the mall. He has to disengage.
Great play at the start there. Bomb hasn't gone down yet as Timo chiming in. This round could fall apart for Dusty. 2v2, both casters. Timdex show up.
Flash in. There's a smoke. Creating the wall, but Timo spams the smoke and gets it now. 2 versus 1. Eden has got a 2. We need to find another double to win the round. They're going for the bomb. The molly is on it. There's no way this team can win the round. Eden gets the kill, but the bomb will be defused as Index gets 7th and would love to even take away the AK-47.
The Timdex duo, we get to see them fight in the late round and be successful with, I think, as 2 players together, they will probably have around the best possible chemistry.
You can get.
Yeah, you can get with 2 players. So with a duo in the server, it's going to be 17 kills for Timo. Big impact on that rotate through ramp. And as I was saying, A side was looking vulnerable, but strat-based recover, and money's still okay, but I'm seeing this happen.
Thor hasn't found a kill in a couple of rounds already, stuck at 21, which is not the worst number to get stuck at. But of course, he has been one of the reasons why Dusty has such a heavy round lead.
Some minimal changes to the setup from strat-based, generally playing the same positions. They don't need to change too much, right? They've not had the same amount of prep to be able to get as similar to Dusty. So try and keep it simple. Try and keep it easy. Timo has a USP.
Guys, he still gets the kill. It doesn't even matter.
What?
And he gets out of there, smokes himself off, and now not only they have the player advantage, but the HP is on their side as Vilda gets another 2 players quite low on HP. Edison has to find an opening. Thor full HP and still alive, so he can always be a danger.
Did they, I want to know, I gotta ask them, did they do this on purpose? Was this on accident? Did they expect an eco to come in? Did they miscalculate the eco from Dusty? What is the reason Timo somehow beating the odds, getting a kill with the USP of all things?
Gets away pretty much full HP.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lovely totem pole setup, and that is brilliant from the strat-base team.
Round of applause. They're going to get another one, and I think the economy of Dusty might have been...
Timeout called.
Oh, come on, Sheep.
On the ropes.
They are doing this. Stratbase are doing it, and not just for themselves. They're doing it for all of us. All of us behind the scenes. All of us talking right now on this microphone, showing it that we also have what it takes to take down the big teams.
Knowledge versus power or something that sort of...
I mean, Timo would disagree with you. He would say, look at me. I'm up there next to Thor, only 3 kills behind. How many kills have Thor gotten with a USP versus guns? I believe 0.
Yeah, that is 0. He's probably like within 1 magazine. You usually mow down 3, but That's no, that is completely irrelevant. You are completely correct, Timo. What a banging start. And that's actually given them a good opportunity to build up some bank. Index is sitting pretty on 7K. A rich man, as that is going to solidify. If rounds start getting closer, they're going to have a bit of a cushion. Tech 9s. Oh, this is going to be
dangerous.
This is going to be spicy. You like spicy food?
Define like.
You love it. You love spicy food.
I can have some of it.
Tyler's brought the bomb, actually. Like that hot sauce.
Yeah, I get it. You know who hasn't brought the bomb? Dusty, because they are falling one after the other. B-Dog with another double entry kill. You know, boosting a bit of his confidence up, finding these kills. Thor, again, would never count him out. But again, if he doesn't find a kill here, it's going to be 4 or 5 rounds now without a single blood spilled by the God of Thunder.
And what a difference to the first half as we look at these rounds, right? Those lower bioweapons, it's been Dusty winning some force buy rounds already in the first half. And even here, right? They got that force buy on the T side. They're calling another timeout. They are quaking in their boots.
Timo must be loving this. I can hear the comms.
He's enjoying it.
Yes, and honestly, this is what happens when you are an established team, which arguably Dusty is, and you start losing versus what is essentially a mixed team in the form of stratbase. You're going to start doubting yourself. When you lose versus the like of Alaska, that's fine. You're like, whatever, they're good. We're going to beat them maybe in the upper bracket or playoffs or whatever. Yeah. When you start losing versus a team that has won a single map so far in the tournament, there are going to be doubts coming in to teammates.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a predicament here because I've had Dusty put in the top 4, which if they win this game, they get top 8, and then it's a very likely result.
Yeah.
But you have stratbase as your upset, and this would be a gigantic upset.
I love the
So I'm in between two camps now, right? I do not know what to cheer for, but hey, you gotta be unbiased, yada 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 as a caster. But Index pushing outside, we haven't seen this yet. Confidence is brewing for the stratbase.
Penguin is gonna attract him like a magnet, allowing Index to be the element of surprise. As I say, that gives away his position, so maybe not so much. Penguin, can he find something? Index gets the opening though. He needs to stay alive, he needs some help. He doesn't manage to get it. Penguin reloading, he needs some help, he needs it now. He's gotta find a kill, he doesn't need any help! As the double kill goes in his favor. Thor gets the 22nd on the board. Timo distracting with the HE as Thor still wins the duel. Timo versus Thor, who's gonna win it? And it's gonna be
wide swing.
T-side player. Now B-Dog, he has managed to win a clutch before.
A little sigh of relief, a little calm washing over the servers. B-Dog tries to again make that lurk work, and oh my word, B-Dog, you are barking here. 1v1.
And Thor is one bullet away from falling. B-Dog doesn't know where Thor might be. He needs to be slow. 40 seconds is a lot of time to play for Thor.
This is all the advantage is going towards B-Dog. Thor has a single opportunity to get a kill because there's an HE on B-Dog. As soon as that position is known, Thor can be dead at the click of a button.
I love the positioning. The patience from B-Dog, doesn't want to commit to a site, wants to play an angle, maybe wait and go for the post plan. He knows Thor is low HP.
That heart rate's beating fast now for Thor. And for B-Dog as well. Whoa, what's happening here?
He heard it. He got the sound cue. It's fine.
Calls there.
He's got time, and Thor is playing. This is a one and done angle, but that's what he needs.
That's
the
what
one
he needs.
and the done.
But if this is a wide swing, as soon as Thor misses 1 or 2 bullets, he's going to be dead.
He's got it. Full trust in
B-Dog.
B-Dog. He's got to check it. He's got to check it. He's got to get it.
He's full up.
He wins the clutch. He does it for stratbase, and the B-Dog takes it. They break double digits. They're 1 round behind.
And the economy is just not there. Yeah, you can get AKs again, but you'll have pennies left afterwards. Oh, what? That's B-Dog. And that's exactly the close rounds we were talking about. Stratbase, just in time, starting to keep it clean, starting to build a bit of a belly. Those Hunger Games, they will not starve you. Dusty in regulation, 3 rounds before the end, have called their 3rd timeout. They've done it. They may have thought Dusty's goal, if it was make playoffs, yeah, they're already there with 5-1. But this is something that I'm baffled to see. It is one thing that I'm realizing, a lot of these opening picks, Ravi and Vargar, 10 and 11, that's been the case since 7 rounds ago.
Yeah.
Their opening, they knew exactly where Index was on that outside play. And Ravi just whiffs the opener, right? But the stratbase are clutching at all of these opportunities. They're maximizing it.
They are doing it. The vibes are high. The momentum is being ridden right now by the CTs. And we have the final tactical timeout used already by Dusty. And they're investing.
Stratbase have all 3.
That's what they're going to be cooking if they need to use them. But so far, they want to keep riding the wave.
This is a dicey one. Dusty haven't changed up much on this T side. Again, going towards outside. Penguin has fallen victim to Thor for about a jillion times.
He has found a couple of nice kills 2 rounds ago, if you remember.
Yes, sir.
3 players have crossed to red. The smoke will be coming in. Double separation. He has the HE. He's going to use it to create some separation, but maybe goes a bit behind. The HE damage does come in quite nice. Players in headshot range for the M4s.
Again, bottom bomb side is weak. We talked about this before. The bottom bomb side has been left relatively open. It needs to be a retake, but no opening kill yet for stratbase.
Timo takes that duel, spots the T-Sweat. Vargar, you wanted him to get involved, and he finds the opening with the Galil. Now 3 players coming his way. He needs to die without finding a single one, but B-Dog falls before Vilda finally trades it.
And this is Dusty completely turning it back around, replicating earlier rounds that they've won this exact half. And this time, they do have the reads because the responses are identical for stratbase. That's the depth of these rounds. That's going long on Nuke.
Ravi holding an unconventional angle. He gets flashed. He's going to find the kill. It doesn't even matter until Index gets there for the trade. Vilda alone, 1 versus 3. It's going to be another headshot and the 26th kill for Thor.
Well, we mentioned it enough that Thor felt the vibes through the air, felt the waves hit his ears that he wasn't fragging for 7 rounds in a row. He's back instantly, past 2. He gets 5 more in 2 rounds. So, you see the impact immediately. It's the identical round as the 2nd or 3rd round that they had in the earlier, and that was that 3v5 victory with Pandas getting the multi-kill. Yep. Dusty realized, by the way, that has worked. And finally, we have a Harry on the AWP.
We got the AWP Index waiting to make a name for himself. If stratbase wins this round, the economy of Dusty would be...
It's going to be shot. It's going to be like 3 AKs at most.
But they need to do it.
Because they still have loss bonus.
It's a big if. B-Dog, he's about to get some action coming his way soon. He has managed to win many clutches in this game, but he would need to pull off a miracle, maybe a couple kills.
Oof. Oh, that's Penguin. He's had such a tough time. He's been given dirty rolls, right? He's been deciding for those tough rolls, but it's Thor with another entry.
B-Dog doesn't check the left corner, the right corner. He gets killed. Eat it with the second. It's got to be Timo 1 versus 5. Finds the first one. He's going to go for more. Has another player in door. It's going to be Ravi with the 13th and the victory. Dusty, do not lose this match.
But how deep did they need to go? All 3 timeouts done. Yep. Had to have a complete reset to just get anywhere. That is a super valiant attempt. Had this happened earlier in the day, stratbase might have gotten that great mood out of there. They will go down 2-5 now. I think they will focus on Inters because knowing Timo, he wants to win something. At least. so they will probably continue fighting as much as they can.
They had a very rough round as well.
Yes, they were seeded. That deserves to be said for the viewers at home, so you guys know we're not roasting stratbase. They've had probably the toughest row of opponents that you can possibly get. Yep. Throughout this entire sort of stage, because it's been horrendous for them.
Your favorite casters had a rough day.
Yeah.
And honestly, we saw some great moments of brilliancy on that nuke, but you got to understand how they feel. They have faced tough opponents all day long, and it must feel a bit sour losing just now after they were so close, at least maybe getting into overtime. But I got to say, I want to see more of them.
One thing that I want to finish this off with before we head into the break and then the best of 3 is Dusty should walk up to that strat-based team, shake their hands, and thank them, because Dusty can now survive this. Does this happen on a third map or second map in a best of 3, you are out. This is a hard lesson for Dusty, and absolutely something that they needed. That recovery, 5 rounds in a row before they started going back to their old system, that's too long, man. I mean, props to strat-based from actually taking advantage of that, but that is a wake-up call for Dusty. And absolutely.
Individually, right, it was the Thor show. Whenever Thor was quiet for several rounds, that's when they weren't winning. And
teams are going to focus on that.
You can't rely on a single player, because you will get these counter-star players that the other teams will have in the playoffs that will shut him down.
We did see
to step up.
We did see it with Dusty versus Alaska. I think 360 dropped like plenty above 20 kills in that game as well, or extinct as he usually does.
But he will be our MVP for this game, Thor.
Thor, yeah, for this map, absolutely. I mean, he stormed through most rounds. He gave Penguin a hard time. Penguin not losing his tempo. I appreciated that. He kept going.
Yeah.
That's a hard man.
Very much committed to that, as that will be, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the Counter-Strike group stage. We will be going to a break, but it's not the end of Counter-Strike for today.
Not at all.
As the stream does continue a bit later on in the evening with the first best of 3 for playoffs. So we'll see you there.